See if they're gonna come back around. But yeah, sorry to interrupt you after your night. Have a good night. Thank you. It's okay to leave the Sea Org. Freeloader dead is a lie. Oh, I know somebody that used to be with these guys. Are you with these guys?
No.
No? Do you like these guys?
Well, I don't know. I'm really pissed off at them right now.
Oh, you're pissed off at them? Can I ask why?
Well, I'm incredulous. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
There are fire bombs going off every night.
Fire bombs from there.
Like cherry bombs.
Cherry bombs.
If cherry bombs are like explosions.
Yeah, no, they're really loud.
For
yeah.
Halloween kind of.
Right.
For 4th of July.
Exactly. Yeah.
And this is an echo chamber. This garage structure.
Right.
I live over there.
Yeah.
So the sound comes booming out of it, like it's inside that garage. So another one happened tonight. My dogs freak out totally.
Wow. Yeah.
They can barely put by with the fireworks everywhere.
Yeah.
When there's explosions every night, repeatedly. I went over to the front gate because nobody ever comes over here and answers.
Right.
Unless you're here when the bus is unloading and they
Right.
run out and get in the bus.
Right. They just hurry in. Yeah.
And they close the gate.
Right.
Well, so the guy at the front gate, I went around to the front and said, it sounds like there's firebombs going off in your garage. And I'm sure you're not letting people blow things up in your garage, but they've got to be doing it on Sunset right next to your garage.
Yeah, because they film sets right there all the time, videos and movie sets.
And I heard them building sets in here.
Oh, I see.
I hear everything.
Right.
And it echoes through the building out that way. And so I go around to the gate, and he's never heard any cherry bombs, the guy on the gate. I'm like,
really? Yeah.
Are you in a soundproof room?
Right.
And then the security guard who comes by who has a dog, but I was just so stunned that they had never heard anything. They didn't know what I was talking about, that I was like, and then I thought, well, they don't realize. I want them to come over here and stand on that side of the street and look at this echo chamber with no protection at all. All the sound just comes right out. So I said, I don't know what's on this side. Maybe there's a solid wall. That's why they don't hear anything.
But it's like an echo boom, basically. Yeah. Just wow.
And I'm hearing it every night, and they're not.
Every night?
They didn't hear anything.
How long has that been going on? Like for how many months? Or
well, before 4th of July.
Oh,
it starts picking up steam.
Right.
All the stuff around town, you've seen fireworks. You've heard fireworks all week, right?
And so they're starting to do firecrackers.
Friday, last Saturday.
Right.
It sounds like they're either on Sunset. I said you got cameras everywhere. You
right.
haven't seen anybody doing something. They're either throwing it into your garage or they're exploding it right in front of your garage because the sound is coming through.
Yeah, so
I know you're not letting people do it.
Right.
So I was so incredulous I couldn't say much more. And the security guard at least admitted that he's seen fireworks, but he hasn't heard anything. So I'm like, I know he's got a dog that he walks around with. So I wanted to ask him now. I thought about it later because I was just like, okay, whatever.
And your other neighbors, they all hear the same thing and say it's coming from this direction too, from the garage?
It sounds like it's in the garage.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
I wanted to say that to the guy. Is your dog trained not to react to explosions and firearms? Or what? Because see that? If that were right here inside this garage, that would be very loud.
And that's just like from out there, but if they were in here, you would hear that. Yeah.
Right.
Insane.
Anyway.
Yeah. Interesting.
So
well.
You were talking to my phone.
Yeah. Well, allow me to. Yeah. My name is Ashley Ramirez. I'm a protester and activist, and we protest against Scientology actually. Oh. And they've taken fellow activists to courts for restraining orders that we won and all this stuff. So, they get away with all this stuff, and that's insane. Now, over there on Sunset, they have road closures where they have permits and stuff. Yeah, I'm filming. It's static recording. Yeah, but you're not on film, don't worry. But that's interesting though. Actually, I'll follow up with somebody that can.
Because like when people have their catalytic converters stolen right off the street here, they let them look at their cameras and.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, they let.
Interesting.
Like this guy that lived here, his car catalytic converter was stolen,
and so they actually let neighbors access to the security cameras.
Yeah, they let them see it.
Right, interesting.
But they did it like they pulled up in a Mercedes-Benz, they got out, and within a minute they had taken it and they were gone.
Wow, that's crazy.
Something like that. But anyway.
Interesting. But do you have any other occurrences that happen around here, or any other problems with security, or just the noises that's going on, and they're just lying to you?
Basically,
they're just lying to you about it.
They keep the street clean,
right?
And they keep, they're.
Do you see workers out here cleaning the sidewalks?
Not very often.
Never.
No.
Yeah, because they have them do that over there on Sunset.
They trim the bushes.
They trim the bushes? Oh, right.
Occasionally, and things like that. But
how do you feel about the planters that are being put over there on Sunset? I don't know if you noticed the planters.
Noticed
Yeah, they just have like 10 planters just stacked right there, even in front of the loading zone, which they're not allowed to do, but it's blocking the loading zone too.
Oh yeah.
So if you just like literally go around the corner, there's just planters stacked there.
My friend, when they planted all the plants along Sunset Drive, one summer they planted them.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But they never watered them, so they all died.
Right, yeah, they did the same over there by the Kaiser Hospital.
They planted them in the early spring or something, so they're all doing okay.
For now. For now.
Unless they water it, they won't.
Yeah, they probably won't.
So my friend ripped it out of the ground.
Nice,
One of the plants. It was semi-alive. And we're walking from the Vista, and he picked it up, and we're coming down this way. And by the time we got halfway through the block, this security guy came out and said, "What are you doing? You can't take that. You have to put it back."
No, it's public property. It's like,
we're like
sidewalks.
My friend wouldn't answer him. He walked right to the house, and he went inside. And I'm like, and the guy goes, "What's up with your?" I said, "I don't know."
Yeah. Oh, he's like wondering what's up with this place.
Then he came back out. Yeah. He watered the plant, put it in a different thing, and the guy wanted him to give it to him. So he said, "I'll do it." And he went back and put it back in the ground. At least that one was alive.
Like, your friend saved that plant. That's why.
Exactly.
Wow.
But anyway,
Scientology took credit for that.
They're not hard to get along with. They don't bother me, except when they're making noise too late at night.
Yeah, but that's still not. Yeah, like late at night.
I go and tell them to shut it up.
Yeah, no, you gotta tell them to shut up because after 10 o'clock, that's
past time.
Yeah, 10 o'clock right after.
But they rarely do it. But every once in a while they'll do it.
Yeah.
If they power wash the inside of the garage with.
They power wash inside the garage?
They've done it, every few I've been here 13 years.
Right. 13.
I mean, I've seen a lot of they've built sets, stuff like that, and they're doing it late at night.
How often have you seen them build sets? Like, how every often? Not every often.
They have a big production every once in a while.
Yeah, they do. They do.
They had like something up here with a screen and all that.
Yeah.
In between the buildings a few months ago. Every once in a while there's a film thing going on and they close the street, but I don't know if it's them or somebody else. That's
interesting. I think I want to come around here, like, kind of document that and see if I can catch that, because
that's pretty rare.
But maybe, if it's after 4th of July, maybe they won't do it again. I'm not sure.
Do what?
The fireworks, if you're saying that it was happening.
I don't think they're doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't be letting them do it.
Right.
I mean, because it's just a few explosions. And
right.
It's like, and then there's nothing. But like last Saturday or Friday night, there were a bunch of them. But then they were done.
Yeah.
And by the time I got out here to find out what was going on, there was no more.
So weird, yeah.
But it's like, I'm sure they're not letting somebody do it in their garage because they wouldn't put up with that shit.
Unless somebody's throwing them over the garage.
Well,
I don't know.
I said, there's probably, I'm sure you're not doing that, but I'm sure somebody's either doing it right in front of your building and it's echoing through, or they're throwing it into your building. And you got cameras everywhere, so you haven't seen anything?
Right, and they would have told you, like, just be careful of, like, the people that are throwing them over, because...
And they said no.
Yeah.
They didn't even hear anything, the guy at the door, at the gate.
Right.
And then the security guy came up and he said he'd seen stuff, but he hadn't heard anything. And I was just so incredulous. I was like, my dogs flip out.
Well, yeah, they're loud. It's loud fireworks.
He has a dog. The security guy that walks around like the perimeter sometimes.
Oh, he walks around the sidewalks? And
sometimes.
Oh, okay, interesting.
But anyway.
German Shepherd?
It's some sort of special dog.
Special dog.
So maybe he doesn't hear. Maybe he doesn't
react to sound.
Maybe he's trained.
Maybe.
I can't imagine.
I don't know.
He doesn't hear it. And if he were trained to be effective.
Right. That's interesting.
Maybe it's like a Belgian Shepherd.
Yeah, because I don't know if you're aware of the Scientology building that's right there on Sunset and L. Ron Hubbard Way. It's like by the hospitals, Kaiser Permanente Hospital. Yeah. So right there, like we protest around there, and like they have a parking lot where they have dog crates, and in the back they have. We saw this neighbor, and she talked to us. She went up to us. She's like, I just want to talk to you guys. I went inside their parking lot, and I found like five dog crates, metal in the blazing hot sun, because all she heard was barking for like a long time, and she wanted to check it out. And then the security guard like came and followed her. He's like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, why do you have dogs in the crates? German Shepherds. And it's like, no, it's fine. It's totally fine. So that's why I was asking, is it a German Shepherd? Because maybe they're bringing the dogs over here.
It's like a regular dog.
Regular dog, yeah.
Not a regular dog. It's like it's like the guard's dog.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, guard's dog.
From what I can tell.
How often do you see buses coming by here, by the way? Like every night? Every night.
Yeah.
And you just see a lot of people just coming inside those buses all the time.
They pull up here. That gate opens.
Oh, this gate right here.
Somebody opens the gate. They come scurrying out into the bus. They close the gate. The bus drives away. That's it.
So
it's like within a minute, less than a minute.
Within a minute, right?
Depending on how many people there are.
Yeah.
if there's any stragglers. But
can I ask you, what did you think when you first moved here? When you first moved out here, and you're observing that, like, the buses coming in and people coming out within a minute, like you said, like.
I just thought they were afraid of being harassed or attacked or something.
Well, they can't be seen, that's for sure, because when we film their faces and their family members see them in the internet and they're like, hey, that's my family member that I miss. And
oh, really?
yeah, you can't Scientology does not want their faces to be seen at all.
So like ice.
Because they get disconnected from their family outside, and they want to reach out to them. So that's why we say, call your families. They can reach out to you, the Aftermath Foundation, all that, so that's why they run inside the buses, and we try to get their faces.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I never bothered to look.
Yeah, it's really crazy, but
no,
no, it makes sense why
I can do about it.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm asking. Like, no, they go in really fast, so
they're
all we can do is just really document and spread awareness about this. So,
but I'm just concerned about what it is that concerns me. Is that I'm living next to an echo chamber and they don't seem to know it, so I wanted to point it out to them.
Right? No, this is an echo chamber. This is a big garage.
But on Sunset, you don't really see it.
No, you don't.
Because there's buildings in front.
Yeah, you would really have to go around the corner. So
I went around and drove, and I was like,
yeah,
I don't know where the sound is coming from.
That's so weird.
It's so loud.
Interesting.
It's like, wow, that's it.
All right.